Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Coin Zee Collection. Today's video, we'll take a close look at a historic coin from the United Kingdom. This coin, 1 penny coin from the year 1936. This coin holds a unique place in British numismatic history and is a favorite among collectors around the world. The year 1936 was a significant one for the British monarchy. It was the final year of the reign of King George V, who had served as the monarch since 1910. Following his death in January 1936, the crown passed briefly to Edward VIII and then to George VI, making 1936 a year of 3 kings. The 1936 penny was minted during the rule of George V, and it reflects the design and coinage style typical of his era. It is made of bronze, which was the standard metal for pennies during this period. The coin has a diameter of 30.8 millimeters and weighs about 9.4 grams. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the portrait of King George V facing left. Around his image is the Latin inscription, Georgius Vide Jare, Brit, OMN, Rex Fid, Def, IND, IMP, which stands for George V by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The reverse of the coin features the iconic seated Britannia figure, a symbol of British pride and strength. She is depicted with a trident in her left hand and a shield bearing the Union flag resting at her side. The word 1 penny is inscribed along the top, and the date, 1936, appears at the bottom. The 1936 penny is part of a long series of British pennies that remained relatively unchanged in design from 1860 until decimalization in 1971. That continuity is one of the reasons collectors appreciate the series. It's a visual timeline of British history. This particular year's coin had a relatively high mintage. Around 154 million pieces were struck, which means the 1936 penny is not considered rare in general circulation. However, condition plays a major role in its value. Coins that have been in circulation for many years tend to show signs of wear, including smooth surfaces, faded details, and possible edge damage. A coin in such worn condition might only be worth a few dollars to collectors or dealers that, on the other hand, uncirculated or proof-like specimens of the 1936 penny, especially those with rich patina, sharp details, and luster, can fetch significantly higher prices. These coins are rare because very few were preserved in such pristine condition. What makes the 1936 penny even more special is its association with the end of an era. It was the last penny issued during George V's reign, just before the brief rule of Edward VIII, whose coins were never officially circulated. This connection adds a historical value beyond the coin's face or metal content. Collectors often seek coins from key transitional years like 1936 to complete royal collections or to mark important dates in history. Now, let's talk about the coin's potential value in today's collector market. As of recent expert appraisals and auction results, a circulated 1936 penny in average condition might be valued between $1 and $10, depending on its wear. However, if you are lucky enough to own a 1936 penny in mint or near mint state, particularly one graded by a professional grading service, you could be holding a much more valuable item. In rare cases, exceptionally preserved coins have been valued at over $100 or more. But here's where it gets fascinating. There are rare varieties or error coins from this period that have sold for astonishing amounts. Unique mint errors, misstrikes, or highly sought-after die variations from the 1936 penny series have reached auction values as high as $5 million. Such high-value sales are extremely rare and typically involve coins with unique histories, exceptional grades, or major errors that occurred during the minting process. These coins are usually authenticated by experts and featured in high-profile numismatic auctions. To sum up, this coin 1936 United Kingdom 1 penny coin history _ is more than just a bronze coin. It's a small piece of British history that captures the legacy of a monarch, the design of an era, and the interest of collectors worldwide. Whether you have one in a box or find one at a market, it's always worth a closer look. Thank you for watching video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Old Coin Zee Collection.